In the previous video, we learned about distributive property, and specifically its distributive property of multiplications. In this video, we're just going to do additional practices and get rid of some of the minor details because by now you guys are such experts in distributive property, right? So remember I talked about distributive property of multiplication. There has to be a multiplication, which is right here. What we do is that in the previous video, you saw something like 6 times 8. And then we rewrote the 8 into 5 plus 3. Then we distributed the 6. So it becomes 6 times 5 plus 6 times 3, right? If you do that, it becomes 30 plus 18. Your final answer is 48. So I would put the final answer there. Okay? So that's how we do distributive property. So in this unit, it actually is so much easier. I'll do another example. It's 5 times 9 plus 5. So you just need to distribute the 5. I call this 5 here, I call this 5 outside the parentheses a candy. So it's almost like these 9 and 5s, those things in the parentheses are my students. So when I distribute candies, I have to make sure every single student gets my candy. So it becomes 5 times 9. I distribute it to the 9. Then I keep the plus sign here. And then I go back to my candy, distribute it to the second number, which is 5. So in this case, obviously, is 45 plus 25. That should give me 70. Okay? So one more example, and I think I'm going to do number 4 instead. So again, it's a multiplication. I've got a parentheses. I've got an addition inside. I start distributing the 2. 2 times 7 plus 2 times 4, which is 14 plus 8. That should give me 22. Okay, so make sure that you finish this sheet before you move on to the next video and next worksheet. Thank you guys.